All right, pleasure to be joined by the Chief Content Officer and Guru at VYPE Magazine, VYPE.com, Matt Malatesta. Good to see you, Matt.
How's it going?
Hey, man, first and foremost, out in the woodlands, everybody's safe and sound. You're not wearing a mask, so neither am I.
Not wearing a mask. Everybody's good, safe, weather's good, so that's an extra bonus.
So what have you learned about yourself and that household of yours during this pandemic crisis?
I've learned that a little of me goes a long way. That's what my family would say.
Like you wake up in the morning, they see you, and then they leave the room.
Exactly. I don't take it personally anymore.
Have you learned to cook? I mean, what have you done to?
We have cooked a lot. What we're into right now is tennis. We are all about tennis.
Yeah, a little court in your backyard.
They shut everything down around the woodlands, but we've got a little honey hole at the 9th grade campus we don't want to tell everybody about, but we go play over there, and we got like a round robin of people playing tennis. So
nice. Breaking a few rules. Okay.
Yeah.
Social distancing,
It's a thing now.
Hey, man, what's going on with everything right now? I mean, so everything's on hold. UIL, Taps, everything. It's been a weird period, and a lot of, although it's not official yet, UIL's still holding out hope, but a lot of shattered dreams right now for a lot of these seniors.
Absolutely. And, just some of these schools that were, the Woodlands had a tremendous baseball team that was looking to make a state run. And then you've got, Goose Creek Memorial had a historic season in girls soccer that they've never had before entering the playoffs. And then would Fort Bend Marshall and Klein Forest be able to, repeat winning state and track? There were so many storylines, out there that we were kind of really excited to see. But, there's a small sliver of hope, not likely, but, man, if they could get back on the field, it would have been great. And not even to mention the basketball. We had 4 teams from Houston.
I was about to tell you.
Of winning a state championship.
When this all started, had just tipped off, and
I know.
You had
so it's a heartbreaker for those folks.
Oh, man, you feel for them. They're heartbroken. And all these seniors, what they're going through, all the things you look forward to your last year of high school, it's kind of taken away from you, at least right now. But it has been a good year, and we'll see what happens with UIL. It's not looking promising, but maybe they'll get something in. Next week is the NFL draft, and you and I were talking, and this is always cool because you've covered these guys in high school. I've done it, and a lot of our cohorts have done the same thing. You see these guys kind of grow up through the ranks, through the high school ranks on Friday nights, Saturdays, whatever. Then they go play college, and now they're taking that next step. It's always cool to see the guys that we saw, 5-6 years ago in high school, now on the verge of hearing their name called.
Heck, I mean, it's almost 3 or 4 years now. The guy at the top of that list right now is C.D. Lamb from Foster, the OU receiver. He could probably be taken the highest, followed by Calevon Chason, the defensive end from North Shore, who won a national championship at LSU. But Josh Jones, kind of a guy that from Fort Bend was a little bit under the radar. He goes to U of H, and I'm telling you what, man, he's one of the top offensive linemen to come off the board. Antoine Winfield from the Woodlands out of Minnesota. The defensive back is getting a lot of buzz. Grant Delpit, who played at LSU, and he played a couple years at St. Thomas, is a top 30 pick. Also in that range is Ross Blacklock from Elkins, a big defensive tackle that played at TCU, and Kenneth Murray. We saw him make 1,000 tackles at OU. He was also from Elkins, but the list goes on and on of tremendous kids. Jordan Brooks from Stratford. He played at Texas Tech. You cannot forget about Jalen Hurts. Watch out for him. He's going to be a sneaky guy from Channelview, of course, of Bama and OU fame. He's going to creep up the draft because he's just very versatile and very coachable.
And he wins. He knows how to win.
He wins. I mean, he wins. Darius Anderson, Tyree Cleveland from Westfield. So the list goes on. But looking forward to next year, how about this top 5 from the city of Houston? You got Walker Little from Episcopal, who plays at Stanford. He could be a first-rounder, along with Marvin Wilson, his teammate at Episcopal, now at Florida State. You got Patty Fisher from Katy, is a star linebacker at Northwestern, and Austin Deculus from Cy-Fair.
Isn't it amazing?
those 5 guys could be top 20 picks, top 30 picks in next year's draft.
Isn't it amazing? You're rolling out names that it seems like just yesterday we were covering on their high school campus, and now
crazy. Yeah, it's really
breaking out again. Yeah.
It's really fun to watch. And then, another, on the girls' side, how about Erica Ogwumike, who played at Cy Woods and then at Rice? Her season gets cut short. She'll be in the top 3 rounds of the WNBA draft. Of course, her 2 sisters were the number 1 overall picks.
Yeah, pretty good.
Erica and Shanae. So, So
that's a good basketball family right there.
It's a big time basketball. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
In high school area, local sports, but there's just no games being played.
Yeah, it's a weird time. Let's get back to the football stuff, and maybe the guys are going to hear their names called early. You mentioned a guy like Josh Jones. We were out there with him about a week or 10 days ago. One of his private training sessions he's had. I've got to find a way to stay in shape, and no more team visits on at the facilities or whatever. But he's doing like Zoom interviews with head coaches. I mean, that's the kind of way that what they're doing right now. But he is a great story. At Fort Bend Bush, he was a basketball guy that didn't even start playing football until high school. He's a tremendous story, and here he is going to be maybe a mid-first round draft pick.
What's kind of funny is we host these VYPE tournaments for basketball. His dad is a ref at our tournaments, and we always kind of check up and see how he's doing. And he continues to have a big freshman year, sophomore, now junior. And he had a brother that also starred with him at Fort Bend Bush, straight basketball guy. But, man, Josh has that body but athleticism that he got from playing basketball that really – that was a difference maker for him as he's being looked at to get drafted.
What's it say about just the quality that this Houston area turns out, specifically football? It seems like every year there's a whole laundry list – there's a long list of names that are going to probably hear their name called.
That's probably 15 kids that will be drafted. Of course, some will be picked up free agent wise, but there's probably 15 kids that will actually get drafted. I think it is in the top 7 rounds, or I think they have 7 rounds of the draft. But that's a special class, and it just continues on and on over the years. The next couple of years will be loaded again with kids from Houston getting their name called.
Hey, last week as we wrap it up, excited that KPRC Channel 2 and VYPE partnering up with a lot of content sharing, and then all this hit too, but we're trying to get it off the ground and running. I know you guys are excited as well. Good partnership to really spread the word about high school sports, and of course showcase a lot of the product you guys are turning out every day, you and your crew there.
I tell you what, we are so pumped up because it gives us just a bigger platform to talk high school sports. We're super passionate about it. We know you are too. So it's a match made in heaven to see KPRC and VYPE teaming up again together for high school sports.
So as we wrap it up, man, what are your days like? I mean, you sleeping into like 11?
I tell you what, no, you got to have routine, man. You got to have routine. Get up, eat some breakfast, do a little walk around the neighborhood, maybe lay out a little bit because the sun's been so good.
Oh, isn't that nice? A little calisthenics in the backyard. Do a little calisthenics.
Spring Billings is going to be fired up, man. This weather's awesome. And then we got to get back to work, talking to a lot of coaches, doing a lot of Zoom calls as well. So what's great is we can get in touch with everybody. They can't run and hide because we know they're.
Yeah, exactly. They can pop up a Zoom, do that. One last thing real quick is this is affecting teams that have spring football.
Oh, totally.
I've seen interviews with John Kay and some of these other guys. And all of a sudden, their plans are changing a little bit.
And what a story for North Shore. He's never not had spring football, and this could be back-to-back state championships for North Shore, 4 out of the last 5 years. But the beauty is everybody's on a level playing field. No one else can have spring football as well. But to have a guy like Demetrius Davis, and he hates when I say this. Demetrius Davis could be Vince Young, right? He could be the greatest player to ever play high school football in Houston. Mm-hmm. He could be that right now. If he wins 3 state championships at the highest level in 6A, that's a tough argument.
Very impressive. Matthew, great stuff, man. As always, good to see you. Glad you're looking good, and you're staying safe and healthy there, and keep cranking it out, buddy.
It gives me a reason to put this sports coat on. Hey.
Otherwise, I know you're not wearing it.
You're right.
All right, man. Good stuff, Matt. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.